Hello everyone, my name is Send, and today I have for you a quick recap of all the important points from the Devs Camp Firechat that happened on Friday the 16th of June 2023. There are quite a few important informations for the future of Diablo 4 that I believe people should be aware of going forward into Season 1 and beyond. Speaking of Season 1, the current time frame for the release of the first season of Diablo 4 is later half of July. This season will be releasing with the season theme as well as some new QOL stuff. Devs made mention that they want to keep each new season coming with a new piece of content as well as QOL pieces every single time. So for season 1, some of the already confirmed changes that will be coming at the time or slightly before are as follows. Nightmare Dungeons will receive some substantial buffs to make sure they become the best piece of content to farm when compared to normal dungeons. These buffs will come in the form of XP per monster and not increases in the amount of monsters in the dungeon, so the density should stay relatively the same. We will also have the ability to teleport to Nightmare Dungeons in order to essentially skip the constant running around that we are currently having to do from going from dungeon to dungeon. For some quality of life changes coming in before Season 1, we will have the cap for Veiled Crystals increased, as well as there's a fix prepared for Blighted Corpse Explosion that should be coming soon. Because Corpse Explosion currently blocks, with the Blighted effect that is, blocks almost all visibility of the floor, so they are looking to reduce the visual intensity of that spell in particular. For some other information that we got on the stream, the Fog of War state on your map will be carried over to your new and seasonal characters. You will not have the access to all the waypoints that you have on your permanent characters. However, you will have all the map revealed that you have already explored on your previous characters. And with that, you'll be able to much quicker travel around. Altars of Lilith will also be unlocked in all of your characters. You will not be needing to regrind any of these. All the renown that you'd get from exploring the Fog of War and acquiring Altar of Lilith will be given to your new characters from their point of creation. There is a current patch in development that will include buffs to different builds and skills. Some of those buffs will be resource generation related buffs. However, the devs are very cautious to make any big changes in this department of the classes, as they feel big changes here could easily make class resource irrelevant, and they really want to avoid that. There are also some other things that will be coming later, but are more likely something to look in the space of Season 2's time frame. Firstly, the devs are looking at adding a resource to the crafting tab to take the place of gems, where you use that resource to craft whatever gem you want, thus reducing the amount of clogged space gems taken into your inventory and stash. Secondly, there is a system being worked on to try and mitigate the deaths on hardcore from disconnects. This would essentially be using one of your scrolls of escape as a mechanism to transport your character out of the dungeon and into the safety of a town whenever the server realizes that you have been disconnected. There was also mentions that this system will not be perfect, so there might still be some hiccups, but it's a question of waiting and seeing. For me personally, as somebody that has now lost 2 different characters to disconnects on hardcore, this system cannot come soon enough. Hopefully it'll be good and provide some assistance in these situations. Keep in mind, however, that this would require your characters to have an available scroll of escape that would be consumed when triggered. This is to prevent any abuse from the part of the players whenever they get into a sticky situation and just Alt F4ing essentially. Lastly, for the Season 2's time frame, there were also conversations about the current state of resistance, where the devs aren't really enjoying the space resistance sit at the moment, but there isn't any concrete solution at the moment as of what to do with them. And I do want to emphasize that the Season 2's time frame for this topic in particular seemed quite reluctant, so it might be even further than that. For some other topics that were discussed throughout of the conversation, there are new character customization options coming. They will be first added to the character creation and potentially later to the wardrobe system. These are not massive in priority, so don't expect them too soon, but there is some. There is currently a situation with Barbie nicks that are dropping for Druid specifically. The devs are aware and looking to fix this pretty soon. In the same vein, there is a bug with the caches from world bosses being unopenable because they are too high of a level. This is also a bug and is being looked at by the devs and should be fixed soon as well. Finally, there were also mentions of some quality of life features like better quest logs and stash tab search functions, but there was no actual concrete conversation about this, and these are probably being added whenever they are available to be added, and there's no actual time frame for these. And that's it. That's all the important points that I've caught throughout the first Firechat for Diablo 4. Overall, I was quite happy with what was discussed. If I could ask for something, I wish there was talks about buffing the XP of side quests, as right now I feel like they are very ineffective for leveling and there's not much incentive to doing them. Other than that, it was a fun watch. The idea of regrinding all of the renown, or half of the renown, as 2 levels of it will be given to you from the get-go if you have your altars and your map explored. But the last 3 will take a while. We'll see how that goes, but hopefully the grind won't feel too bad. And yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and a sub to the channel. It helps me out to grow. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.